Hello, everyone. Welcome to this webinar industry about Odoo and marketing agencies to increase your productivity and profitability. So my name is Boris. I'm an account executive at Odoo, and you will find my information here. So if you have any questions after our webinar, you can just send them to this email address, buzh@odoo.com. So what will this webinar be about? Basically, in Odoo, we have developed what we call industry modules. And those are basically packed, tailored to specific industry, as the name says it. And today we will be focused in for the one for marketing agencies, basically. Now, this package includes the following applications. So you have several logos that you can see here. So you have the CRM, the sales, the subscription, the knowledge app, etc. But we will go into more details about that. And so basically the goal today will be to showcase how Odoo and how this industry package will be able to help you solve some of the pain points that you might have in your marketing agency. And basically just to show you how Odoo could work during your day-to-day operation. Now, without further ado, let's dive into the demonstration together. Now, for this demonstration, first of all, I'm gonna take the role of one of the customer working on a marketing project, let's say. Now, I've been looking around for an agency to redo my social media marketing, let's say. Now here I came across this nice agency called Zineka Studio on this website. And basically, I'm wondering how this Belgian marketing agency can help me out for the increase of my social media marketing. Now, I have some information, some pretty nice information regarding the agency located in Brussels. And here I would like to know more about the portfolio of customer that they would have. Now, let's go, for example, to portfolio here. Okay, so I can see here that this agency is working with a company called Bloom and Brew Revival, Tech Pulse, okay, some industry, some customer related to the medical sector. And here, all right, I can see who is working in this marketing agency. Now, okay, let's say I'm interested into working with them and I'd like to ask them for some question. Now, let's go on the top left here. And I have several options. I can see that I can book an appointment. So here, I could say, okay, could be interesting to have a meeting tomorrow at 9 for a marketing audit project. But here, since it's about the social media branding, I might go and contact the marketing agency instead of just booking an appointment, because I would like to have more information beforehand. Let's go to the contact us. And let's say that my name is John Smith. And let's put a random phone number, an email address here. So let's say that my email address is test@test.be. And that, let's say I'm working, well, let's say that I'm actually working for Odoo. And that the subject is, well, social media upgrade, let's say. Now for the question, hi, I would like to know more about your social media package upgrade, let's say, and the pricing. Let's say I'm okay with this this message, and I want to submit it to Zineka Studio here. Thank you. So once it's done, the customer here has done their part, or the lead here has done their part. So let's now dive into well, my own role, Boris, working for Zineka Studio. So I'm gonna move to the backend view of Odoo. And so here, basically, we are on Odoo, on the backend view. Now, just a quick presentation of what you see here. So this is called the dashboard on Odoo. And basically here, you will be able to find every app that you have downloaded and that are relevant to your business. So here we were talking about the marketing agency industry package, meaning that in this package, I already have the application that I presented before during the presentation. So we have the website app, the CRM app, the sales app, the project app, etc. So all of those are relevant to our marketing agency industry package and to my marketing agency, actually. But let's say, for example, in the future, I would like to have more app. And for this, it's fairly simple. I can just go to the App Store here that you can see. It's called Apps. And if I click on it, I will access directly to all of the apps that are available in Odoo. You can see that today we have a bit over 70, so we have 75 apps here, divided into several categories. So you have the sales categories, the accounting part, the inventory, etc. So for example, in the future, if you want, for example, to work on the human resources part in Odoo as well, you can just go on the App Store and download the app that you want to have in Odoo and to work the HR on. Now let's go back to our dashboard. And here, basically, I already showcased you the website right before. So as John Smith, the customer who went on the website of Zeneca Studio. But here, let's dive into the CRM app and see what happened when John filled the contact form in. Now, to access an app, it's fairly simple. You either click on the app here, or if you have, for example, all of the 75 apps of Odoo installed in your database, you can just use your keyboard, like I do here, and you can look for the name of the app that you want to access. So for example, here we want to access the CRM. Let's just type CR, well, it already found it, but CRM, and then we can just click on enter. And boom, just like that, we access the CRM app fairly easily. Now here, what do we see when we access the CRM app? You see what we call the Kanban view. Kanban meaning whiteboard in Japanese. So basically, you can picture it as a whiteboard that you would have in your office, and where you have several columns. And each of those columns basically represent one step of your sales funnel that you would have at your company. Now here we have the new column, the qualified, the proposition, the one column. However, for example, if, I would like to customize this this sales funnel to be more in line with what my marketing agency does. For example, I don't have the qualified stage, but it's called discussion. I can just go on the small wheel that you have here, click on it, and then we can just edit it. And instead of having qualified, I can just call it discussion, for example. Just save it, and here the column name has been renamed fairly easily and quickly to be in line with what I was looking for. And for example, let's say I have an additional stage before the one stage that is called negotiation, for example. Negotiation. And let's just move it before the one column. And so just like that, we can customize the sales funnel or CRM the way we want to be more in line with what we are looking for. Now let's check our new column to see our new opportunity. And here we can actually see this opportunity called social media upgrade. And to access it, it's fairly simple. I just click on it. And here we can see that it's coming from, well, the lead that I had just before on the website for the social media upgrade with the message that they input that you can see here. Hi, I would like to know more about your social media package upgrade and the pricing. We have their email address here and their phone number. We also have the salesperson who is responsible for this opportunity, which is myself here. And of course, here we have the different step of our sales funnel. Now, one thing that you need to know is that in Odoo, we try to do so that around, I would say 75, maybe 80% of the apps have the same layout. which means that on the left part here, you will always find the general information related to the app you're in. So for example, here we are on the CRM app. So like I stated before, you have every information related to the opportunity. So the email address, the phone number, the responsible salesperson. And on the right part here, you will have what we call the chatter. And the chatter is an essential part in Odoo. It will allow you basically 3 actions. The first action is to leave a log note. The second action is that we can schedule activity for either ourselves, so myself, or for one of my colleagues. And the third action is that I can send a message directly to my lead here. It's called sending a message, but in reality, it's more like sending an email that will come out from your mailbox, and that will be sent directly to the mail address of the opportunity here. It also means that you can connect your email address directly to Odoo, and then you can, instead of having to sending your emails from your mailbox, so working with another page, you can just do it directly in Odoo within one single tool. Now we will see more about that when we will progress further in the demonstration. And the last thing you will see is what we call the smart button here in Odoo, which basically will allow you to have an integration between the different modules present in Odoo. Basically here we have the integration between the CRM app with the meeting app, with the quotation, so with the sales app, and also we can see the different page views that we have related to this opportunity here. Again, we'll see more about it later on in the demonstration. And so as I was stated, here in Odoo, we try to have the same layout for most of our apps, so that when you will know how to use one app, you will actually know how to use, like I said, roughly 75% of the app that we have in Odoo. Of course, some of them have different layout, but most of them have the same. And it will make the transition between your current tool to a new tool easier, because once you know how to use one app in Odoo, you will know how to use the other ones. Now, okay, let's go back to the demonstration here. I received a request for a social media upgrade, and I want to have a discussion with that lead. Now, what will I do? First of all, let's notify my colleague via the log note here. So let's tell my colleague, Michael Demo here, that I will take care of that lead. By doing that, my colleague Michael here will receive a notification that tells him that Boris has notified him on this opportunity called social media upgrade with the following message to notify him basically that I will take care of the lead here. He will also receive an email on his mailbox, and like I said, a notification in Odoo. Now, once I have done that, I would like to schedule an activity for myself so that I remember to call the person. To do that, I just click on activity here. I can select an activity type, so we are on to do here, but let's say I want again to call him. Summary of this call, I need to discuss their project. Let's say the due date is for today because it's fairly urgent and I would like to have the discussion as soon as possible with them. And I'm going to assign it to myself. I could also assign it to Michael if needed, but here I will just assign it to myself. Now, what will this do? So basically, once I schedule my activity, you can see on the top right here that I have a small clock with a notification. It says 13 here. And if I click on the clock, basically it will notify me of every activities that I have scheduled on my on the different app that I have activity on. And then I could actually view all activity or just jump to an activity straight away. And basically, this is great because in the morning when you will access your Odoo, you just need to access your tool on the dashboard. And you can actually go straight to your clock here. So you can see that I have 13 activity plans, either late or for today. I click on it, and then I can see, okay, in the lead, so in the CRM, you can see the logo CRM here, that's here as well. I have 3 activities late, 1 for today. For the sales part, I have 4 activities late in the sales order, etc., etc. And so basically, I don't even have to remember everything that I have to do. I just need to access my Odoo, go on the clock, and then check every activity that I have. And then I will be able to plan my day without having to go on my agenda, without having to go to check on my phone, etc. I can just go on Odoo and check it directly from the activity clock here. Now, okay, let's access the activity that we have planned for today. So I just click on it. And just like that, we will jump to the opportunity where in the CRM where I have an activity plan. We can see that indeed it's for John Smith. And for example, if I would like to see the activity, what type of activity it is, I just tick that box activity here, and we can see that indeed it's a call to discuss the proposal. Now let's jump back to it, and let's say that we are going to call him. So let's move the opportunity from new to discussion. And let's say that we are making a call to John here. Now what I can do is that while I'm on the phone with John, I can just click on edit here, and then I can type directly on the activity a summary basically of the discussion I have with John. So for example, they tell me that they need to revamp their social media. So they need an audit and a monthly follow-up, for example. Now, of course, in reality, you would put much more information here since the call will last for hopefully more than a minute here. But of course, here for the sake of the demo, we'll just write one line here. Now, once that is done, let's say I have called him. He told me about his project. We can either done and schedule the next activity here, or we can actually just mark it as done and say that we don't have any follow-up activity planned. Now here, of course, we want to schedule the next activity. And let's say that the next activity will be about sending the quotation. And let's say that again, it's fairly urgent and that it is for today. Let's schedule that. You can see on the chatter here that we have the summary of the call that I just had with John, with the date, of course, who had performed it. And we have the next activity that is planned straight away from here. Now again, if I want to discuss with my colleague Michael here to let him know what is going on with that opportunity, I can just leave a log note. Or what I can do is that I can also click on Michael's name here, and it will open a chat bubble here directly for me to kind of discuss with him. Now again, here we can move to the next stage, but let's say actually that I was or I am a fairly junior sales at this company called Zeneca Studio. And maybe I don't really know much about the process, what I need to fill in to know more about the customer. Now here on the top right here, you can actually see the logo of our Knowledge app. And basically, if I click on it, I can access directly the Knowledge app of Odoo from my CRM. Now, let's say that I would like to find the sales playbook because there is every information I need in that playbook to fill in the right information for the qualification. I can just look for sales here, and I can actually find the sales playbook straight away. If I click on it, I'm going to access the Knowledge app directly from my CRM. And from here on, I can actually read all the information I need as a junior sales to actually do my prospection or do my qualification. Now I'm going to go down, and here actually I have the prospect qualification information. So I can see that actually I need to fill in the background of the company, the size of the company, their estimated revenue, etc. Now, I don't want to copy and paste it and go back to the CRM because it's going to make me waste some time. Well, Odoo has you covered. I can just click on here, use as notes. And by doing that, I'm going to jump straight back to the CRM. And you can see that what I had in the sales playbook has been input directly in my, in the internal notes for my CRM. So if I had that during the call with John, I would have actually been able to input all the information that I needed right away when I was doing the call. So background, for example, Odoo, well, it's an ERP company. Size, well, today we are over 5,000, so 500,000 plus, etc., etc. Now, let's move on to the next stage. Let's say I have all the information for the prospect qualification, as well as the information that I had during the call with John. I need to do the quotation like I have planned here. Let's move on to the next stage, proposition. Now, here, fairly simple. In the proposition part, I need to make a new quotation for my customer. And here again, I don't have to exit the CRM. You can see that I have a big purple button here called new quotation. If I click on it, first it will ask me if I want to link the opportunity to an existing customer or just not link it at all. Here we will create a new customer since we don't have him in the database right now. You can see that the contact field here is blank. I'm going to click on confirm, and just like that, I'm jumping in the quotation creation, and I have the customer Odoo John Smith that has been created for me. Now, okay, here I can create a quotation, so I can either manually put the product that I need here directly. So if I click on here, I can choose a product in my list of product. But since we sell our, I would say our service by pack or with the same layout every time, I can actually use quotation template. And here you can see that I have a quotation template for the branding part, for the social media audit, social media and community management, website creation, etc. Now here it was for a social media and community management. I can just click on it. And just like that, I will have all of my product for this social media and community management part directly in my quotation. And then I just have to input the right amount of hours that I have estimated during the qualification phase, as well as if there are one feed or multiple feed to be managed monthly, let's say. Now here, you can see that also in this quotation, we have two parts. We have a subscription-based product, as well as an hourly-based product and a one-time off product, let's say. Now in Odoo, you can have, of course, several type of way to invoice your service. Either you just sell it as a one-time off for the social media audit here, for example. Either you just invoice it per hour spent on the product, or it can be a monthly fee. Here we have all of the option. The social media audit is going to be a one-time off. For the social media project management, let's say we are going to spend 40 hours on it. And for the subscription, let's make it simple. Let's say it's only one feed that I have to manage every month. In terms of the subscription, it's important also to notify the recurring plan. So is it a monthly? Is it a yearly? If it is a monthly plan, when is it going to start and when is it going to end? So we can say that it's actually for, let's say, up until the 12th of August. And once it's done, I can just save my quotation. It's going to create a quotation number for me. You can see on the chatter here that there is a notification that says that this sales order has been created. And now the only thing that I have to do is to send this quotation by email to my customer. Now, of course, I didn't mention it, but you find this layout again that we had in the CRM. So it's just that on the left part here, the information has changed, but otherwise it's the same layout that we had in the CRM app. So you should be able to to guess that in the next app it's going to be pretty similar as well. Now here, let's say also that for this project, my customer wants me to send them an NDA so that they are sure that we are not going to disclose some private information to maybe some other partner or some other, I don't know, like customer or whatever. So I can just click on the small wheel here, and we can actually request a signature to our customer, and then we can say, okay, it's for the NDA. So, hi John, hereby you can find the requested NDA. Now here we can sign it directly ourselves if we need, but also you can see that we can send it via Odoo without going to our mailbox, and it's going to be the same for the quotation. Now here I can put an extra attachment if I want, but we are just going to use the NDA template that we have here. Now we're going to send it, and here you can see that we have the sample contract. So like I said, it is a sample, but you can imagine that if it was an NDA, it's going to be the NDA template here as well. Now here, let's say that my customer has received it. They want to sign it right now. Here, you can see that the person that is going to sign it is myself, because I'm logged into my own account, but you can imagine that if it's a customer that received it, it's going to be their name here, and they will be the one who sign it. Now let's say that that John wants to sign it right away. You can see that he cannot change anything related to the contract itself, only their name, the date, as well as the signature that you can see here. So I can just click on it. Of course, here again is going to input my name because it's I'm logging into my account. I'm just going to click on date. It's going to input the date of today automatically, so they don't even have to write it. And last but not least, if they click on signature, Odoo will generate automatically a signature for you, or of course they can sign it with their most beautiful signature here. Okay, so we're going to say that we have signed it. We're going to validate it and send it back. And here we have a notification that said that it has been indeed signed. We can download it if we want, and we can go back to the sales order to check it as Boris this time to see what's going to happen when my customer signed the NDA. Now here I'm back as Boris from Zineka Studio, and you can see here on the chatter that my customer has signed the NDA and that it's automatically registered in the chatter. And if I click on it, you can see all the information that I have just input during the signature of the NDA with the beautiful signature that we had just before. And of course, we'll also have a certificate of completion with some information with the signature, who is who is or the participant, etc., etc. And here, well, I have received the NDA, so I can proceed and send them the quotation so that we can move further in the sales process. Now here to send the quotation, again, really simple. I don't have to go out of my Odoo. This big button here, send by email, is present for me, so I can just click on it. And here you can see that it opens a box for me to send my email. Again, that will go out from my mailbox, but I can do it from Odoo. It has generated automatically an email template for quotation. So we have the quotation PDF here that has been created automatically as well. We have a signature, so it's called, it's written administrator here, but you can have your own signature, of course, from your own company here as well. And of course, you have dynamic field that takes the information here of the sales order number or the quotation number, as well as the amount of this, the quotation. And here we have also more option, so we can attach more file if we want. We can actually save this template as a new template that we can reuse in the future, or you can use an existing template instead of the one that is created here. we can use the AI as well to rewrite our email. We know how it is in 2025. We like to use the AI to rewrite some of our emails, so it's possible in Odoo, of course. And last but not least, you can actually set a schedule date to send the email to like for tomorrow morning or tomorrow afternoon. So let's say I had to send it tomorrow, but I'm scared to forget about it. I can just schedule it, and then I won't have to think about it anymore. Now let's say actually that we want to send it right away to John Smith here. Subject Zeneca Studio quotation. Once it's good for me, I'm going to send it. And on the right here in the chatter, you're going to see the email that I've just sent. Again, that came out from my mailbox with the quotation PDF that is attached. So if I open it, you can see actually or the PDF that my customer will receive with my nice logo here. Who is the recipient, the information about the product that I'm going to sell, basically, the recurring plan, which is a monthly plan, the general condition, terms and condition, etc., etc. And if my customer replies back to me on this email, it will actually generate another chat bubble. The same way as you would have with a WhatsApp conversation, for example. So if John replies to me, it's going to be on the chatter here, and then it's going to look like I said, a WhatsApp conversation. But basically, I think you guys all have understood it. The chatter here is a wonderful tool because it allows you to centralize all of the information regarding one project, one sales order, one opportunity in the CRM in one single place. And basically, you won't have to go left and right looking for on your different tools to basically look for information and then come back to the sales order or the opportunity. It will save you some time. And if you go for vacation, for example, and you need to do a handover to one of your colleagues, then you just need to pass on the link of the sales order here to your colleague, and he will be able to see everything that has been done by you at what time. And what the customer has entered, basically. So he will be able to see the NDA that has been signed by the customer, my quotation here that I have sent, and I could also plan an activity, for example, for Michael to tell him to follow up on the quotation. And then let's say that it's going to be for next week. In case my customer didn't revert back to me, then Michael will know that he has to do that. And again, by logging everything in the chatter, he will know everything that we have done already. Now, of course, you can also send regular email to your customer here from the chatter as well. So you can actually click on send message. Like I said, you can open the compose email box, and then you can send it from here as well. Hi, did you receive the quote, for example, and then we can just send it, and it's going to appear in the chatter again, like we did with the quotation. Now again, once my customer will receive the quotation, let's move back to the role of John. So let's say I'm John. I have received the quotation. What will I see? Well, first of all, I will be able to see the quotation on my mailbox. But also, if I go here to the preview, my customer will also have access to what we call a customer portal. And on the customer portal, he will be able to see, well, first the quotation that they received, but they will also see their ongoing project with you, their timesheet if there are, their past project, etc., etc. Furthermore, they will have the ability to communicate directly with you on the chatter. So the communication history here is basically linked to the chatter that you have on the sales order. And basically, if your customer, so here, if John needs to send me a piece of information, he can just do it directly via the chatter here. So we can test it out. Hi, well received. Now again, once my my customer John has sent the message, it will appear in my chatter in the back end. Here it's under my name because again I'm logged in as myself. But you can imagine that if it was John, it will be under the name of John. Something that I forgot to mention is that Odoo is, of course, available on your phone and on tablet as well. So we have an Odoo app. And of course, your customer will be able to access their customer portal without the app, but with a link to their customer portal directly. And let's say currently John is having a lunch with his kids and his wife, but this project is really urgent. He doesn't even need to print the quotation out, sign it by hand, and send it back. He can just do it directly on their customer portal. You can click on accept and sign. Again, the same way as we did with the NDA. We have an automatic signature, or we can just draw our most beautiful signature again. We're going to accept and sign it, or John is going to accept and sign it. And once that is done, this will trigger several things. So first of all, you can see next billing here for the social media audit, as well as the subscription, the monthly subscription that John has with me. But if I go back to the back end as Boris, well, you can see several things. On the chatter here, you can see that my fellow Odoo bot has sent a notification to my customer that says that the quotation has been, or the order has been validated. So my customer received the sales order PDF with their signature. And internally on my side, you can see that it went from quotation sent to sales order here. So the status has changed. And now, well, it triggered as well a lot of smart buttons on top. And so basically, since Odoo is smart enough to know that the customer has validated the project, well, I have the smart button project that is going to link my my sales order here directly to the project. The tasks that I have here that are within the project, the amount of hours that I have recorded already, so it's 0 here. What I have to plan for some of the tasks, and the MRR, meaning the monthly recurring revenue, since we have the subscription here about the social media community management monthly for one feed. Now, to access my project and manage it, it's fairly simple again. I don't have to exit my my sales app or my CRM app. I can just click on project here, and it's going to lead me straight away to the projects where I have tasks planned on and that are linked to my sales order. Now you can see that we have Odoo has created one project S00015 social media. That is the same number as the sales order that we just sent to John and that he just validated. And we also have one task in the audit phase because, well, we have the social media audit that we have to perform as well. Now let's access this social media management. We can see that the allocated time is 40 hours since we sold 40 hours. You can see that project manager is myself. And here, basically, I will be able to plan, well, the time span or when is going when is this project going to take place. Now, let's say that it's fairly urgent. Again, it has to start today. And we have to do it for next month, let's say. Now, let's say for the 16th of June. We're going to apply it. And from here on, we can access the tasks that are within those projects directly from the project here. I'm going to click on it. And here you can see that I have 5 tasks to do, 0 in progress and 0 done. Now here, another thing that is important to note is that in those several tasks, you can see that they have already been assigned to either myself or my colleague Michael, because I have configured Odoo so that all of the tasks related to content and calendar development are going to be assigned to myself. So you can see my logo here. And everything related to, for example, the creation and the scheduling is going to be assigned to Michael Demo here. And so basically to access one of the tasks, you have guessed it, it's fairly simple. You just click on it. And then here we have several things that we need to configure. or to note, let's say. Now here we can say that it's a recurring task or not. Let's say that it's a one-time off task, and let's notify a deadline so that we know when we have to perform it. Let's say that it has to be done by Friday, and let's add a start date as well. So let's say that it's actually going to start today, and we have to do it for until Friday. We're gonna put it like that, and we're gonna save it. By saving it, first of all, what you can see is that on the chatter we have the history of everything that I have modified. But also you can see that we have automatically 25 hours allocated because Odoo has calculated the time between the start date and the deadline. Now, of course, since we only have 40 hours planned for the whole project, 25 hours for only the calendar development is going to be too much. So we're going to readjust that. Let's say that it's going to take me roughly 4 hours. And then let's go back by following the breadcrumbs here on the top left to all the tasks that I have to plan. You can see here that since I have planned something for the content calendar development, I already have 4 hours in here and the start date and the deadline. And here I'm going to go to the other task where I'm assigned, community engagement and monitoring, and I'm going to do the same thing. So let's say that it's not a recurring task. We're going to say that it's going to, again, well, let's say that actually it's going to start next Monday until, let's say, next Friday. And that I'm going to allocate 7 hours to that task. Now, once this is done, again, I'm going to go back to the overview of my project. You can see here that, again, I have the start date, the deadline, and the allocated time. And here, I also have access to a Gantt view to see who is doing what and at what time. So if I go here on the top right here, I can actually select the view I want to access. So here under my Gantt view. And you can see that myself, Boris, I'm assigned to 2 tasks, the content calendar development as well as the community engagement and monitoring for well, those dates, those 2. And then I can actually see where Michael is working on and if he has been assigned to some task or not. So we can actually do a quick example. Let's assign, for example, Michael to the performance analytic. And let's say that it's going to start today until Thursday. We're going to save it. And if I go back here to my overview of the task that I have, if I go on the Gantt view, just like that, you can see that Michael has been assigned to the 13th to the 15th to this task actually. Now, if I want to, on the Gantt view, to move one task from a day to the other, it's possible as well. You just have to click it and drag and drop it basically. So let's say actually Michael wants to work on those dates on that. And then if I go back, of course, the modification is going to be notified here as well. And then let's move on to the next stage. The planification has been done on my side. I want to move to work on the content calendar development task. Now, fairly easy. Again, let's say that it's in progress. I'm going to move it from the to-do part to the in progress one. I'm going to access the task. And from here on, since it's a task that we bill per hour, we're going to use the timesheet module. Now, to record your timesheet, you have several options. First of all, you can go to the timesheets tab that you have on the bottom here. So if I click on it, I can actually add a line. And since, again, I'm on my user account, it's going to know that it's myself directly. I can add a description, and then I can add the time spent basically on that task. So let's say that it's a kickoff phase, and that we have spent 1 hour on it. We're going to save it, and basically it's going to be recording directly on the task. and it's going to be recorded on the timesheet app as well. I'm gonna show it to you right after that. But you can see that we spend 1 hour here, and that 3 hours is remaining. The second thing you can do is that you have a start button here. You can click on it, and then basically when I start working on the task, I can just launch this chrono, and then if I need to take a break, I can just click on pause, and then, for example, I've been on my lunch break. I come back, I want to resume. See, it's as simple as clicking on resume, and then the timer is going to be resumed again. Once it's done, I've done my task. I click on stop. Then time spent here, it says 15 minutes because I have configured in my system that the minimum amount of time that needs to be recorded is going to be 15 minutes minimum. But once it's done, I can describe my activity. I can say that it's a follow up. Can log in the time, and it's going to be logged in directly here. Again, time spent 1 hour and 15 minutes, remaining 2 hours and 45 minutes. Last way to record the hours that you have spent on a task is by going back to the dashboard, going to the timesheet app here. And on the timesheet app, you will basically be able to see every task and every project where you have a task assigned to you on. And then you can see here the S00015, social media, content calendar development. I have recording 1 hour and 15 minutes because I have just done that like a minute ago. Now let's say that actually I want to record it from the timesheet app. And let's say that actually I started earlier and yesterday I actually spent 1 hour working on that project as well. I can just click on that, input 1, and boom, it's going to appear here. Now, maybe I want to add more description to that. I can click on the magnifier glass here, and then description here. I could say, okay, it's first work, for example, or pre-work. Now let's go back to my timesheet, and we can see that yesterday I spent 1 hour, and that today I spent 1 hour and 15. And let's see what this will do in the project. So again, the S0015 here, let's say it's in progress. We jump on it, and you can see that I have spent here 2 hours and 15 minutes, and 1 hour and 45 minutes is remaining. And that here, basically, what I have input via the timesheet app has appeared directly here as well. So really, you have a lot of different way to, let's say, to notify how much time you have spent on a task. And here, basically, you have several options depending on the way you work. Now let's jump back, and let's say that we want to jump back to our sales order here, Odoo John Smith. And here, let's say that we already have something that we would like to invoice to our customer here, to John. So you can see that we have spent 2 hours and 15 minutes, so 2.25, meaning 2 hours and 1/4 of an hour, so 2 hours and 15 minutes here. And that we have to invoice the social media audit, which is a one-time off, and the subscription as well. Now here, let's just create an invoice. We can select the timesheet period. So we could say that it's from, I don't know, like this month, or we don't need to select a period if you want. And then we're just going to create a draft. And by doing that, on the draft part, you're going to see first, well, the one-time off for the social media audit, the monthly subscription for the social media or the feed that we have to manage. And you can see that it has only taken into account what I have logged in the timesheet. Now, once this is good for me, I can just confirm it. And I have the option to send it. Now, again, the same way as the quotation, you can see that it has created an automatic email template for me, that it has taken all the information that I have on the invoice, and that I have several ways to send it. So by email, by post, or Odoo is, of course, electronic invoicing compliant. So for my fellow Belgian who are watching the live, we can use Peppol for next year. So if you're interested in that, feel free to reach out, of course. Now, next step, let's say the invoice is good. I can just send it. And just like that, you have understood it. We have the invoice that is shown on the right here. We have the chatter here where the invoice or the mail for the invoice has been sent. And then my customer will be able to, on the preview part, check their invoice on their customer portal. You can see as well that they can access to the timesheet. So if I click on timesheet here, you will be able to access the timesheet, of course. And so basically, let's jump back to the invoice part. And let's say that my customer is going to pay it. So of course, I don't have here a credit card bind into my Odoo, but let's say that it has paid. Once it's paid, I can notify manually in the backend. I can say that it has been paid. I can create the payment here. And you can see that we have a green label that says in payment. Again, in the smart buttons here, you can see the recorded hours. We can jump back to the sales order, the deferred entry since we have a subscription here. And so basically it says in payment here because we still have to do the bank reconciliation. And we will see that a bit later when we will talk about the accounting app. Now let's jump back to the sales order. And we can see that indeed, again, in the sales order, we have the 2 hours that we have recorded, or the 2 hours and 15 minutes. So we can have the details of it by clicking on the smart button. But let's say I would like to have more information about the project itself. So if I go back on the project, I go back to the social media S00015 project here. Let's jump back to the tasks. And here, for example, I want to have a simpler way to jump back to the sales order or to see every sales order that I have linked to this project, or maybe I have some expenses to put, or maybe I want to have a general dashboard where I will be able to track the revenue versus what I have spent in terms of resources, let's say. Now you can click on the small icon here. And basically here you can really customize your project view the way you want. For example, here I want to have a simpler way to access my timesheet. I want to check the sales order that are linked to this project. Maybe I want to check the invoices as well. I have some expenses maybe. And let's say I want to see a general dashboard. By doing that, I will be able to very easily access all of those. So I want to see my timesheet, no problem. I click on timesheet here, and boom, I can see everything that is registered in the timesheet. Sales order linked to the project, no problem as well. We can click on the sales order. You can see that it's indeed linked to the John Smith customer here. And for example, here, today I've been out. I was out. I've been in a cafe, and I need to register maybe an expense. We're just going to click on expense here, and we can actually upload a new one. So I'm going to click on it, and here, let's say that I'm going to upload this receipt. We have uploaded it. We're going to click on it. You can see that I'm the one who submitted it, and that it's going to it's paid by myself, and it has to be reimbursed by the company. I can click on it. You can see that automatically, since it's a receipt from a cafe, Odoo automatically has detected that it's about food. Since we have done it via the project, it has registered it automatically against the project itself. And you can see that we have an account that is linked automatically here as well. Now, once everything is done, Odoo has read the ticket for me. It has input the total amount. And once it's done, I can just submit it as well. Let's say I'm the manager of myself. It's okay. We can actually post the journal entry as well. We'll post the expenses, and then once it's done, we can actually decide to pay back our employee as well. Now let's move back to the project again by following the breadcrumbs that we have on the top left here. Expenses, and here we are back to the project. Now once that is done, I would like to see currently how my project is doing. Is it doing good? Am I overspending? Is my resources too expensive? Well, there is a simple way to check that. We just go to the dashboard. And basically on the dashboard here, you will be able to see, several things, right? So you can see your profitability. So we have indeed a subscription, expected amount. So based on the start and the end date of the subscription, the amount needed to be invoiced and how much we have invoiced. You have the cost as well for myself. So here you have the cost for the timesheets. So we have defined a cost per hour per employee, and basically Odoo has taken that into account, and it tells me, okay, I have spent that much money, that amount on an employee via the timesheet that we have logged in, and then you can also see the expenses here as well that we have just registered. Now, of course, from this dashboard, you have a lot of other views as well. So you can access the task back from the dashboard as well. You have the timesheet here. You have a burn down chart as well. So right now it's not really, there's not a lot of information. So it's going to be hard to really see the burn down chart. But in any case, you can see that we can go back to all of those easily via the dashboard. And this dashboard is a great tool, again, because it will allow you to track how you are doing regarding a project. So are you overspending? Are you making a good profit? Etc., etc. Okay, so now that everything here is done, I think you have understood it. Let's just go back to the sales order. And of course, we can move on to the project, invoice the rest, and then we can just secure the end of the project. All right, so let's move on to the next part. So after the project and timesheet part, let's talk about the accounting app real quick. So if we go to the accounting app here, you have to know that Odoo is a full-fledged accounting software. Again, like I have stated before, it's actually electronic invoicing compliant. So namely PEPL for Belgium, for example. And in Odoo, you have basically, when you access the accounting app, a view on your sales invoices, your purchase, etc., etc. And then you can also connect a bank to Odoo. So today, Odoo is working with over 20, or it's compliant. You can connect it to over 26,000 banks. And basically what this will do is that if you connect your bank account to Odoo, every X hours, Odoo will be able to go on your bank account, fetch the new transactions, and bring them back in Odoo. Meaning that, remember when we stated that the invoice is in payment and not paid? Well, you need to do what we call a bank reconciliation. And for that, Odoo needs to bring the transactions that you have on your bank account, bring them back in Odoo, and then Odoo will be like, this transaction looks like this sales invoice. Is it the case? And then if that's the case, you just confirm it, and then it's going to go from in payment to paid. Of course, we can access directly the different invoices directly from here as well. And for the purchases, it's the same here. To go a bit more into details into the reporting part, we have a lot of different reporting available in Odoo. So you have your balance sheet, of course. So with all of your assets and your equity and liabilities. You also have access to your tax return, for example. So Odoo will be able to work on your tax, and then not work on your tax, but more like compile the taxes for you so that you have an easier time, and then you can actually export them in PDF or in Excel file. You also have the ability to go on the general ledger here, where you will basically be able to find every accounts that you have on Odoo. And from here on, since everything is connected in Odoo, you can go from, for example, a sales that you have made in the past or currently. So for example, here we can see that we have the deferral for John Smith here. We have the invoices for Odoo, or customer John Smith. And then let's say I want to check the journal entry. I just click on it. I click on View Journal Entry. And then you can actually jump back to the journal entry itself and then check what has been done at that time. If we go back to the general ledger, let's say we have to check this sales, for example. And here you can see actually more information about the invoices that you have sent yourself to the customer, what you have sold. And then on the top here, you have, the smart buttons to go back basically to the sales order if you want. And from the sales order, basically you can go back to the task in your project. And from the task in your project, you can actually work and check what you have done on those tasks, work on your timesheet, etc. So basically, I think you have understood it. But in Odoo, if you can go from point A, you can arrive to point C very easily because everything is connected, or you can go from C and come back to A. Basically, since every module that you see here is interconnected, between each other, it's really easy to input one information in Odoo, and then it's going to be taken into account by every app that needs this information. So you don't have to double input information anymore. If you make a sales and you need to enter an invoice, it's going to be done directly based on the sales that you have made. So yeah, it's going to save you a lot of time basically, and everything is live updated. You can follow your dashboard or your project dashboard fairly easily. Once you do an action, you register a timesheet, it's going to be recorded in the dashboard directly. Boom, you can just check your profitability right away, and then you can just work in a much more efficient way. Now, last but not least, actually two more things that I wanted to show you before we move on to the Q&A. The first thing is, of course, the ability to have a dashboard. And this is, I think, a very nice way to show you how connected every app is in Odoo. Basically, this dashboard allows you to see everything that is happening in your company. And this dashboard is fully customizable depending on what you want to see. So here, for example, in the sales part, you can see who are the top customers or the top quotations, which are the top sales order, who are the top customers here, the top sales team, etc. Those are all live updated, like I said. So once you make a sale, it's going to appear here directly. And then, for example, if I go to the CRM part here, I want to check everything related to Belgium. I can click on it. It's going to be dynamic. If I go to the sales part here, and for example, I want to see the quotation related to the top quotation related to fifth company here, I can just click on the dashboard and it's going to take me to the quotation related to that. So basically, this dashboard is a nice way to show you that everything, again, is live updated, interconnected, and you can access to an information fairly easily and track them. Once an information is in Odoo, you can track them really easily, and then you can really make your own dashboard and your own reporting based on what you would like to follow. Now, lastly, I know that marketing agencies works a lot via events, or you host a lot of events. Of course, in Odoo, you have the capacity to create an event. And so if I access the events app here, you can see every new event that I have and that haven't been posted or booked. Those that are booked, so reserved but not announced yet, and those that are announced. So for example, I can check this digital marketing masterclass that I host. This has been announced. We can see that it's a paid event where I can sell tickets, that it's going to be a public event. And basically, if you remember, we have a website in Odoo that I showcased at the beginning of this demo. But we can, of course, publish this event to the website. So I can just click on go to website here, and it's going to look like that. Some of you might be familiar with this view, of course, because we are doing the same for our own internal events organization within Odoo. But basically, you can input some information related to the event you want to host, the time here. You can add it to your calendar, or the person who wants to register to that event can add it to their calendar, and then you can just click on register for 50 euros, for example. Click on register, and then we can go to payment, make the payment here. Country, let's say that we are in Belgium. I can confirm. Yeah, of course. Street test 1, zip code 200. See, it says Brussels. Let's see if it works or not. If not, yeah. I won't be able to showcase it to you because it's oh, actually I can just pay with the demo part here. Okay, it was as simple as that. But so once it has been confirmed, we can go back in the backend view, and you can see that we had 0 attendee before. Right now we have 1 attendee, and then if I click on it, you can see that it's indeed myself that have just registered to that event with my 1234 phone number. And then you can also see that we have actually sold 50 euros for that event. So you can also track how much this event earned you, basically. So yeah, that was it. I'm just gonna check if I forgot anything that I would like to showcase to you. But no, that was it. So thanks a lot for following this demo. Next step is going to be the Q&A. So for those who have questions, please stay in this webinar, and I'll be back in a minute for the question. Thanks. And we are back. So I took some water with me, of course, but I see that we have some questions. So the first one, I just have to find it. So from Nitesh here, can we create only one pipeline? So no, in Odoo, you can actually create multiple pipelines depending on the number of sales team that you would have, or depending on the type of pipeline that you would like to have. You can actually create multiple ones. And then, for example, you could create one for prospection and another one for follow-up, for example. So yeah, you can have multiple pipeline. We have a second question here from Bektas here. I don't know if I pronounced the name correctly or not, but bear with me with that. Can I find the send emails in my Outlook too? So basically, we have a plugin in Odoo that allows you to connect your Gmail or your Outlook directly to Odoo. And you could actually find some emails that you have sent from Odoo in your Outlook, and vice versa. So when you receive, for example, an email in your Outlook, you would be able to perform some action with this plugin installed to kind of, for example, link it to an opportunity in the CRM, for example, from example, something like that. Let me see. So another question from Bektas. What if I need to confirm the timesheet from the customer first? Can I only send the timesheet for approval? So for this one, you have actually several options. So you can actually send the timesheet first to the customer. That would be possible. Otherwise, and also internally, that's something that I haven't shown you, but you can actually, before being able to invoice the timesheet, you can actually add a layer of validation, which means that basically before being able to invoice it, someone internally needs to validate it. So you can imagine that you can have the customer validate it, and then once you have their reply, you validate it on your side as well, and then you can invoice it. Question from Dave: how often do you offer these live webinars? For that, you can go actually on our website, odoo.com, and then you will find every webinar that we have. You can also go on LinkedIn as well, and then you basically, most of the time we will do some publication for the live webinars as well. So Christian, for your question, so you have two questions regarding the debit order for subscriptions and payment gateways. To be honest, here I need more information regarding that. What I can suggest is that if you can send your question to my email address, bozh@odoo.com, then I will be able to come back to you with more details. And for your second question, for the integration part with Xero and PayFast, again, I will need to have more information about that. So yeah, I would suggest again to send me the question via email, and I'll be very happy to come back to you with more details. But guys, I think that was it for the question. Thanks again for the attention. Hopefully it was useful to you, and yeah, catch you in the next webinar if I'm doing one. Thanks again. Bye.